Hello once again, and this is something a little bit different actually. I'm going to be reviewing something a little bit different on the Amstrad. This is Mini Office. I had this back in the day, believe it or not, but I never ever had the Amstrad printer. But this is going to be a three-parter, so I will review these in three parts, then I'm going to edit it all together. First of all, this is the Wordprocessor. So back in the day, this came out, as you can see, in 1985. It also was out on the Commodore 64 too, and this just proved to the office environment who needed a PC. Who needed to spend a shitload of fucking money on a PC where you could have, if you had an Amstrad computer at the time, brand new back in 1985 would have cost you about £350 with the colour monitor, and this is going to prove to you how good the Amstrad computer was at being a business machine as well as an everyday gaming machine or whatever. So this could be good as a business machine, as you're about to see. Who needed WordStar or anything like that back in the day? With an expensive IBM PC that no one could afford. Right, so what we're going to do, we've got all these marvellous options here. Look at this. Large letter editing mode, normal letter editing mode, typing speed in words per minute. You never got none of that on the PC, did you? You never got none of that with WordStar, and it was fucking 100 times fucking more expensive. Print text file. This is back in the day if you had the Amstrad printer, of course. Copy on and off, set tab key. I don't know what any of that fucking shit does. Save text file, load text file, obviously on cassette or a floppy disk if you was fortunate enough to have the 664 or the 612. But there was nothing wrong with cassettes. Page and marker, page and marker. Okay. So it had all the essentials back in the day for a word processor. I mean, if it weren't for this, Office by Microsoft would never existed. Right, so let's go to normal. Got to use the numeric keypad. So I've got to make sure my num lock's on for this to work. Right, so we're going to push 2. Start in. Look at that. Isn't that something with colour? Okay, grant you it's only 2 colours, but it looks so much better than that boring WordStar shit with just monochrome. At least you get 2 colours. Bit of colour. Well, unless you had a green screen, of course. Right, so let's type away on our word processor. Something sophisticated back in the 80s, eh? So, what are we going to type? What did we type? I never even used it back in the day. I was at school, I used it for some tests. That's about it, but I can't remember. It's all about, I don't know. I'm John. Oh, fucking can't even spell. John. And I can't even spell. This is, oh fucking hell, is Mini Office, and it's great to be word processing. Now fuck off, please. Right. So we've done our piece of word processing there. So now we're going to mess about. So if we push on the numerical keypad, 1. Look at that, it gets bigger. You cannot do that on an IBM PC back in the day. That's sophistication for you back in the 80s. So now if we push 2, it goes back to that. Mode 1. That's mode 0. That's mode 1. Number 3, what does that do? And it even tells you your word. Look at that, that's brilliant. You would never get that on WordStar. I don't even think you get that on Word nowadays. So, oh, what's happened? So, I don't want to put. Let's push 5. What's happened? I don't know what's that's disappeared. Now that's totally disappeared. What the hell's going on? Tab 1. Oh, you can insert your tabs. I don't know how to set my tabs. Tab 2, tab 3, tab 4. I don't know. Is this okay? Yes, because I don't know. Oh. So now that's gone back to. Let's. Right, we don't need to do. Oh, I see. Okay. So we don't want to save a load, set tabs. So luckily I didn't push 4. I forgot to push 4. That's print text file. So I wonder if that would have printed to my printer actually. I have got my Amstrad emulator connected to my, so it would work off my modern printer. So, but I've never tested that. So let's have a look what page end marker is. This option only operates when in a editing mode. Okay. Well, let's go back to our editing mode and let's push 9 again. Oh, I see. So it puts a P there. So, well, what could you say for the 80s? This is a good piece of. This is a good word processor. Something really nice and two colour. It is got 2 colours. That's what you like. It works very well. It functions functions really well. What can there's nothing really I can say about it really. It's just proves what the Amstrad CPC could be capable of. Yes, it could rival the IBM PC as a business machine. I've just proved that. Now this is word processing, but you ain't seen nothing yet because we've got spreadsheet and database to come yet. So isn't this gripping? Right, let's end this part and join me once again when we enter the second part. And hello once again, this is the second part to Mini Office, and this is databases, or database rather. I don't know why it draws this at the beginning, it takes so long. There we go. Right, okay, so now let's have a look at our options. We get sophisticated now, doesn't it? Load old file, set up new file, add records, field summary, modify records, list records. Oh, field search. So you can replace field, multi-field, sort, save current file, end program. Right, let's get down to business, shall we? Set up new file. B. How many fields per record? So we can have 1 to 14. So that's pretty a lot. I can't remember. Right, database. Yeah, let's have 2. Make it easy. Field title, name. So basically, so S or N. So S I think's text. No, N means numeric. So let's have it as S. String. Field length. Oh god. So let's have it at, I don't know, 10. Field number 2. Right. So we got a name. Let's have something with numbers in it, I think. I don't know, age. Let's have that numeric. Field length 3. Number of decimal places. Oh, I don't bloody know. 1. Name, age. Is this correct? Yes, it's correct. So now, add records. Record number. Let's just put John. Oh, fuck, I can't even spell my own name. John. Age. Well, that will be telling, but I'll be honest. Incorrect Well, fuck off. Not 0.41. Oh, fuck it. 4.1. Oh, because I put decimal points in. That's probably why. If you take the decimal point, you probably can put that as 0. I don't know. Let's next record. Now this is getting exciting. I don't know. Let's pick up a name. Sarah. Don't know why I said Sarah. Just the first name that popped into my head. So obviously, because I put the decimal point in, we're going to have 3.1. Next record. So Dave. So it can be 5.0. So we can alter, or we can go back to the menu. So let's go to the menu and let's go to field summary. Oh yeah, okay. Modify records, list records. Here we go. Now this is going to be interesting. No, we don't. Let's go to the screen. 3 records in input 1 to 3. Okay. Next record. It won't list them all for some reason. All right. Well, let's we can do. All right. No more entries. Okay. Take me back to the menu. Let's have a look at field search. Replace field. Oh, multi-field search. All right. Okay. Select up to 2 fields for sort. 1 name. 2. Right. We ain't got a 3rd field. Alright. Okay. Field orders and 1 search. Sort by ascending or descending. Right. Let's have descending. Sorted. So now we can add records, field summary, modify, list records again. So list to screen from 1 to 3. So obviously Dave will come last, I think. Next record. Well, I'll put it as ascending. So I don't know what I've done. Yeah, it was my silly mistake. So no fault to the program here. So yes, you can tell the sophistication straight away. So you can have up to 200 records. Okay, this was the 1980s and it was the Amstrad computer. Well, it wasn't nothing to do with the Amstrad computer. Perhaps 200 records might have been sufficient back in the days of the 80s. I mean, 200 records was quite a lot. But, you know, it can rival the IBM PC, no problem. You know what you can do with your IBM PCs back in the 80s. That's what I'll be saying if it was 30 years ago. But 30 years ago, I would have been 11 years old and I wouldn't have known absolutely nothing about databases, spreadsheets or whatever. I didn't get this in 85, I got it a bit later. Yeah, so what can you say? I mean, that just proves what the 8-bit computers were all about. They had the processing power to handle databases. At a fraction of the price that you would pay for an IBM PC or whatever database was it. I can't remember what software was about. Is it Lotus? I don't know what Lotus 123 was. Was that Spreadsheet? I can't fucking remember what that was. And that probably was in the thousands of pounds region, and you could have got this magnificent package here for about £3. Or was it a tenner? I don't know. I bought it when it was on budget, so I only must have paid about £2 to £3 for it. £2 to £3. Come on. For this piece of sophistication. Anyway, I'm going to end this part now, so join me in part 3. Thank you for watching. Hello once again to the 3rd part of Mini Office, and this is going to go... Oh, bloody hell. This is going to be spreadsheets. Yes, everyone loves spreadsheets, don't they? Do we? To the enthusiastic spreadsheet liker, whatever. Create a file. I mean, look at that. That's sophistication for you. It's asking you straight away if you want to create a file. And, you know, that is very helpful in everyday spreadsheets. Did you want to create a file? Yes or no? Yeah, yes we are. So we get a choice of columns 8 to 20. Now that's very interesting, isn't it? So let's put 8. Number of rows 9 to 30. So we're going to have 9. Continuous updating. Now that's an important question. Yes. Look at that. I mean, just look at that. I mean, you get 3 colours there for a start. That's something you never got on an IBM PC. Come on, it was just monochromic and looks dull, doesn't it? At least you get some colour with the Amstrad, and I honestly think colour is important. So what we do, how do we fucking use this thing anyway? So cursor. Right, it even tells you if you're using your cursors. That's very important. That's something the IBM, I bet, never even told you on this or their programs back in the day, in the 80s. 1985. What programs did you have on the IBM PC? Don't know. I didn't really know about spreadsheets or databases back then. Not even Wordprocessor, to be honest with you, until later on. So we can type some values in. 6.86. Oh, look at that. You can put all that. 6.88. Alright. Hold on. So, alright, what have I done? Right, okay. So let's have another 8 point. And look at that. It does it so well. Okay, it's a bit slow, but I'll bet the IBM PC wasn't that quick back then either. So I don't want to hear nothing. And it beeps. That's another thing. You get a bit of sound there. That adds to the sophistication of how good the Amstrad was and its mini office program. Come on. And for a fraction of the price, I've got to say it's amazing. Right, I think we've done enough entry there. So now what do we do? Push escape? No. You can't obviously use keyboard. Oh, there we go. Now, hang on. Something's gone fucking AWOL with this. So you can actually. Right. Now, if you push it too much, it's going to beep. But unfortunately, I can't push escape. I'm trying to push escape, but nothing's happening. I thought that would take me back, but no. I honestly don't know if there is a way to get back. I think there is, but I don't know. Oh, now it's just. Now this is just a teething problem because I don't know what buttons to push. I should have read the instructions first, but no, I didn't. So there's absolutely no fault with the program whatsoever, so you can't knock it. But you know, this is just an emulator. But back on the real Amstrad CPC, this situation would be totally different because I'll have an instruction manual there, and that's very important. That is to have an instruction manual. I mean, okay, we've got Access and Excel nowadays, but I bet they was inspired by Mini Office. Microsoft, you know, they saw this product and thought, hey, we can make an office of our own. We'll call it Microsoft Office. And we'll call it Microsoft Office 2000, whatever year it come out. That's how they got their inspiration from. They got it from Mini Office. So it's thanks to Mini Office and database software for for Microsoft's Office programs. So there you go. I do talk some shit, I really do, but I honestly think that's true, to be honest with you. Honestly, I'm a bit stuck now with spreadsheets because I don't have a manual, and you can't really blame the program for that. Anyway, I'm going to end this now. Thank you so much for watching this. Till next time, and goodbye.